Welcome to Him Street. Today we're going to talk about the Health Information Management Professional, otherwise known as HIM. A profession not known by many, but we're about to change that with a little bit of help from my friends, Michael, Tom, Preet, and Jen.
In the early 1900s, hospitals were just boarding houses for the sick, and documentations were seldom, if not absent. As the number of complications and hospitals increased, health professionals began to realize the importance of documentations in improving patient care.
Oh, what did the hospitals do about that?
By 1928, medical record librarians emerged as a change to the growing messy bundles of records and began developing the standardization of these records. Even as the profession faced this latest challenge, by 1940 the number of librarians rose to just under 1,000 in North America.
Oh wow, and then what happened?
Then in 1942, medical record librarians came together to form the Canadian Association of Medical Record Librarians. Their goal was to become involved with other healthcare professions and at the same time set national standards in records management. Today this organization is known as the Canadian Health Information Management Association, or CHIMA. CHIMA now represents all certified HIM professionals across Canada.
Okay, so then how did we become HIMs?
Just like how the organization has evolved, the name of the profession has evolved as well. Starting off as a medical record librarian, the profession has also been known as the health record technician, administrator, and practitioner, and is currently known as the Health Information Management Professional, or HIM. The only difference from its predecessors is that HIMs are no longer limited by paper records, but are now responsible for all health information in any format.
So, Tom, how does one go about becoming a certified HIM?
In order to ensure that all members of the health information management profession possess the skills and training needed to do their work, they must be educated and certified. This means that in order to become certified, a student must earn a degree, diploma, or pass another specialty program offered by an accredited HIM school. They must then pass a national certification exam.
Okay, so what is this certification and accreditation stuff?
So, for a student to earn a diploma, degree, or gain other certifications, they must complete an accredited HIM program. Being accredited means that the HIM program is officially recognized and acknowledged by the Canadian College of Health Information Management, or CCHIM, as meeting all the requirements for standards and quality. Accredited HIM programs are found in certain colleges, polytechnical schools, or universities. Any HIM program being taught at these schools must receive accreditation by CCHIM for the students to take the national certification exam later.
Are there different types of programs available?
The two main types of programs are the HIM diplomas and HIM degrees. For the diplomas, these are either 2 or 3-year programs that represent the entry level of training necessary to practice in the field. For the degrees, these are 4-year undergraduates offered by some universities. There also exists some special programs for specific areas of clinical documentation improvement, classification and coding, and terminology standards.
So, how do we know that the students have learned everything they need to know?
CHIMA has created a document that dictates a curriculum that any school teaching the HIM program must follow. This document is known as the LOHIM, or Learning Outcomes in Health Information Management. Schools offering the HIM program which follow the LOHIM are then considered to be accredited.
So, the LOHIM determines everything they will learn in order to be certified?
That's right. The purpose of the LOHIM is to ensure that each student has been taught everything they will need to know for the national certification exam administered by CHIMA later. Those who pass the exam receive the professional title of CHIM, or Certified Health Information Management Professional.
Okay, but what material is actually taught through the LOHIM?
The first of 7 outcomes taught through the LOHIM is biomedical sciences. To understand what's happening to a patient, the HIM student must develop a comprehensive understanding of biology, anatomy, pathology, and medical terminology. They also learn more about surgeries, drugs, risk factors, and diagnostic tests.
That seems pretty important. What else?
Students must also learn about the healthcare system in Canada. To operate within the healthcare system, the HIM must understand the healthcare's history, who the governing bodies are, both provincial and federal, the various laws and policies, how healthcare is funded, and the various levels of care available. Next is health information itself. This area encompasses the collection, maintenance, usage, storage, transfer, and even destruction of healthcare information. Also important is the practice of coding patient charts for disease and intervention information. Coding a chart means scouring a patient chart for what disorders and treatments a patient had during a hospital visit, assigning each one a special code, then saving it to an electronic medical record. That data can then later be used for all sorts of tasks like research or statistics.
Uh-huh. This is pretty interesting so far.
The next outcome is information systems and technology. The HIM will learn and understand the concepts for how health records can be exchanged or shared across various information systems, the workflow process, and infrastructure surrounding data, and the software used when managing data. After that is management. One of the newest developing areas in the HIM field is that of management, specifically project management. The low HIM will instruct the HIM student of how management is conducted at the business level as well as at the project and program level. Aspects of leadership and project management techniques are highly emphasized here. The next area of great importance is ethics and practice. The actions and beliefs of a HIM are structured according to a series of professional ethical guidelines set out by CHIMA. These legislations will dictate how a HIM is to conduct themselves when using, storing, and managing healthcare patient records.
Do HIMs ever have to try all of this stuff out in the real world?
Yes, students go out on 2 practicums at the end of each semester, with the first lasting 6 weeks and the second lasting 8 weeks. Here they will gain practical experience in a real healthcare setting, like a hospital or a health clinic.
Michael, can you explain what kind of roles a HIM professional might have?
Of course. A health information management professional has 4 standard areas of practice. The first one is electronic health information management, where it's pretty much the future of health information with the focus shifting from physical paper to digital records. There's also data quality, where we strive to ensure that the data contained within a person's health record is accurate and complete. Missing or wrong information is detrimental to a patient's well-being. The third area of practice is privacy. Privacy is important because we're dealing with people's private and confidential health information. The confidentiality of the information is our prime focus. We are the gatekeepers preventing unauthorized access to a patient's health information. We also release information guided by organizational standards, provincial and national laws, and by CHIMA's Code of Ethics. The fourth area of practice is health information management standards. Developing standards by which patient information is collected is also important to us. Having set rules to follow when entering information helps to make sure that data can be easily analyzed with few difficulties.
So what happens to the information once it's collected then?
HIMs take the information from your medical documentation and translate diseases, conditions, surgeries, and other procedures into electronic codes that are able to be organized in a manner that allows for easier comparisons and helps hospitals and governments plan better for the future and allocate resources where they are most needed as trends develop and change.
Okay, so how is all this information protected?
Using preset guidelines, HIMs ensure that your recent medical visit is documented correctly and completed within a predetermined timeline. Any missing information or delay in proper record keeping is taken very seriously by a health information management professional. Its absence from your health record is detrimental to the level of care you should be consistently receiving.
And lastly, how does eHIM factor into all of this?
Well, Preet, HIMs champion the use of technology to assist with the overall care of the patient. Having medical records on demand with just a mouse click is the future and can only serve to better assist patient outcomes. Soon, physicians will no longer need to wait for a physical hard copy of an important test result before they're able to make the right decision in care planning for their patient.
Now that we understand the background and roles of HIM professionals, what does this mean in terms of careers?
Well, Tom, job options for the HIM professional come in a wide variety. Traditionally, health information careers fall under the category of coding specialists, release of information, access and disclosure, and health information managers. As time has gone on and technology has advanced, the skills that HIMs have obtained have proven to be valuable among more jobs and new emerging roles.
What are these jobs called?
Well, some examples of privacy jobs are freedom of information privacy specialists in consulting. For coding-specific jobs, there are careers such as coding quality analyst or concurrent coding. Data-related jobs could be jobs like health informatics or data analysts. An example of administrative HIM jobs could be decision support specialists or even legal documentations clerk. And finally, HIMs can also obtain jobs in research as a clinical researcher. Well, folks, that concludes today's segment on the Health Information Management Professional, brought to you by the letters HIM.
It doesn't matter if you love him or capital HIM.